Hello again. Welcome to another episode of 2B2T, Advanced Minecraft with Doctrzombie. And I want to talk a little bit today about squatters' rights and how you're going to survive getting out of the 5K zone. Now, between our last video and this video, I did a little bit of playing here. Obviously, I moved through the area, and I also did some digging during a rainstorm, because I didn't want to have to run outside running around with a bunch of spiders and crap chasing me. And I managed to find 7 diamonds in the 2K box, between 0 and 2000 in the plus plus direction. So it's still possible to find diamonds down in the lower levels. I also picked up some other stuff here, including potatoes and carrots, melons, well, more melons anyway. And I came across this little base here. Now I'll show you what it looks like from the outside. But essentially, I barely saw it. I was walking toward this lava pool because there was some light there, and I happened to notice a little area in the ground. There was a hole over here as well that I patched in. Went down and there was a little strip of water, but no farm. So I added the farm later. And there was some other stuff here. Nothing useful, no resources. But I did take a note that this place was built in April of last year by Threshold and River Shark. So I went ahead and I extended it a bit. It hadn't been used in a long time, so I claimed some squatters' rights here. Turned it into a quick food farm so I could replenish some of my food stocks before moving further. And I've done that. And I'm going to stay around for a short while longer to grab a few more items that I need in order to survive a longer trip, get farther away from spawn. So there you have it. That's a real basic rundown of what I've done here. For a little more details here, you could tell that I took the potatoes, the carrots that I got by fighting zombies. I've killed quite a few of them. As well as just regular seeds for wheat, and of course the melon seeds that I picked up earlier. And these will all grow fairly slowly if you're hanging around, a little bit quicker if you're in an area where people frequent, but you don't want that. You want to be left alone, at least when you're getting started. So in order to make things go faster, you take a good sword and some armor, you head up to the surface during night, and you take out some skeletons. Which is great. The mobs are much more important in 2B2T and other difficult survival situation servers because of their drops. You get some string with which you can make wool, which you can then make a bed from spiders. You, of course, get rotten flesh and also some iron tools, carrots, and potatoes from zombies. And then skeletons provide the best resource, which is going to be bones, which you can use to make bone meal, which you can then use to speed up the process of your crops. And I like to start, of course, with the melon staffs. Staff? Is that accurate? The stem, anyway. Get them all up to highest level. That way, as you're working, melons will spawn. You don't have to replenish the base unit all the time. It's going to keep going, and you can leave that there for the next person, or if you want, you can gather every last thing up to take the seeds with you if you feel like you need it. Also built a little cactus farm here. That's not really required, but I figured since I didn't have a full stack, I could maybe add some more. So that's what I've been up to in 2B2T. I did record the same exact footage you're seeing now a few days ago, except that the microphone output did not record, so I told people that they were going to be in the video, and they weren't, because the microphone didn't correctly capture my voice. It was just me running around looking at my base. Before I leave this area, I'll make sure to include the coordinates, so anyone can come by and check it out and use it, or destroy it, whatever it is that you prefer. And right now, I'm going to spend a few more days here, gathering up seeds and other useful crap. I gotta put more stuff in this thing. Some other stuff here. Let's see. More food, supplies. See, look, just in the time I've been walking around, I've got enough here that things are popping up, even without the bone meal. And once you've made it to that point, you're basically set for food. When I finally build my own base, I'll try to include a much larger farm so that every time I come back to it, I fill up on stuff. But For now, this is sustainable. I'll use up less food than it's making, so I can just continue to grow it out, and at nighttime head up to the surface, get bone meal, get string, get anything else. And this is great. This is a squatter's refuge, I like to call it, where I've taken somebody else's base, repurposed it long enough that I can gather up enough supplies that I feel comfortable moving out again and doing it again at another 5,000 or 10,000. As you remember from my previous videos, I was basically stating that I just wanted to get enough that I could move out and start something small. This is what I'm talking about. So if I've gotten to the point where the food's growing fast enough that maybe I could spend my time down in the depths looking for diamonds, but for now I think I'm really just interested in getting food as quickly as possible. So either I'll expand the farm a little bit more in one direction, or get another bucket full of water down here, or I'll just get as much bone meal as possible, clean it all out, and head on. So, alright, so pretty quick. I'll end this episode later on when I've decided to move on, and I'll post the coordinates for this location. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I've gotten a lot of feedback on the videos from people in the server, and most of you guys seem happy, so I'm glad to keep doing the videos. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. I did want to give a quick shout out to the people who are on the server right now. We got a lot of guys who have messaged me in the game and talked to me, and if your name's up here, then you're in the video. So, thanks for watching. Okay, it's been a few days, hopping on to play for 10-15 minutes now and then, and I built up a pretty substantial stockpile of things that I need, including I went down to the diamond layer and racked up 6 diamonds, which are going to be great. I thought about digging up some obsidian and using this portal. It'd be a quick way to get farther out from spawn, but you never know what you're going to run into, and you're a lot closer to other players, and some people mentioned that they'd like to see what I come across in the overworld. So I decided not to do it. I'm going to pack for a trip across the overland here. And it sounds like I'm going to be leaving in some pretty nasty weather, so let me make sure I've looted all the important stuff, and then we'll talk a little bit about what we need to bring. Alright, so first thing you're going to want is tools. Get a full set, make sure that they're in decent condition. I don't need the hoe right now, but I definitely need to make sure I've got a decent pickaxe. That'll last. Axe is good. Sword is very important. You don't want that breaking. And the diamond sword's going to last a while. I've got a bow. I've only got 8 arrows. I do have some flint, but I don't have any feathers, so I'll take the flint with me. Well, I really probably don't need it. Second most important thing is to bring food. Enough to last a long trip. I got 38 baked potatoes. That should be more than enough, but I'm also going to bring 64 melon for that, and also 64 melon to turn into seeds for a new farm. Third thing I'm going to want is new base construction stuff. So essentially what that means is food. I got carrots, potatoes, seeds, and of course melons for a new farm, similar to this one that I set up over here. Coal, I don't need 3 stacks and an additional bit. I think I'll try to turn some of this into torches to replenish my torches before we go. There we go. And I'll leave the rest behind. So 2 stacks of coal will suffice for any torches and furnace needs I have for a long time. I got a stack of torches. Then I got travel gear. I got a boat, a bed. I've got important stuff like wood. I've got things that I can't find easily, such as saplings and cactus of the different breeds. Let's see here. Gunpowder I'm bringing along, redstone I'm bringing along, flint, I actually think I'll just leave it behind. I can always get flint from anywhere that's got a little bit of gravel. Bone is important for generating a quick farm. Fishing rod can get me through some, problems if I run out of food, although it's not really necessary. String, in case I need to make more bed, I'm going to be collecting that. The bricks is for vanity, I guess. Wheat I can use if I find a cow to make a leather farm, which is extremely important. Lava buckets critical. And then I'm bringing off the rich stuff, the diamonds, the gold, the iron. This is for future stuff. The gold is not that important, except for maybe building a watch, which again, I don't think is that important. The diamond is obviously important. And then I'm leaving the sign behind to let people know when I've left. It is the 4th, if I'm not mistaken. Awesome. Alright, so I promised that when I took off I would give people the coordinates, and this is it. We're at 6,700, 4,500. And I'll walk outside and give you a little bit of a look around. I probably shouldn't do this. If I shift, that's right, shift to hold. Ugh. Use my shovel. Alright, so it's raining out, there's gonna be bad guys. But this is roughly where I'm at. You can see the lava pool right next to this. I'll actually leave it open so you can see it when you're walking by. And I'm going to collect a few more bones, and then we're going to get on our way in the ++ direction. So we can find some ruins, old buildings and whatnot. Check them out. Alright, that was good. Good loot there. Alright, we're moving up in the X and up in the Z. This is basically the direction I expected it to be. I'm going to sail around the creepers, though. I don't need this dirt. You'll notice I kept one slot open, even though I could have filled it with something. I like to have a slot open so that I know what I've picked up and what I can get rid of if I see something I really need or want, such as reeds. If I see reeds, I'm going to grab a couple of those. Kind of surprised I haven't found any yet. But that is my goal. I have not had a lot of time to record lately. I'm sorry about that. It's been, you know, the holidays, so been pretty busy at home. But I figured I had a couple minutes here and there to record the last few sessions. I figured nobody wanted to see me digging around for diamonds all day. And that didn't take too long. It took maybe about 10-20 minutes before I found the 6 that I found. And food was growing while I was doing that, and so I got more than enough, and I'll just leave everything else behind. I could pick up everything that wasn't nailed down, but I just don't need it. And if I don't need it, it'll just take up space in my inventory. I'm not going to take it, and the next guy can have it. So if you're watching this video and you're the first one, you can stock up on anything you need at 6,700, 4,800, I forget. It's in the video. So we're moving basically in ++. This is nice to sail. It's not nearly as dangerous, and it's a little bit quicker, and you don't use up food at all. The food meter even disappears. So, but it doesn't last. Eventually I'm going to get caught in here and not have a way to go, and then I'll have to get off and walk. So, the Steam winter sale is over. I picked up a whole bunch of great things for cheap. I got $60 in Steam gift cards for Christmas, and I've spent about 52 of it. I picked up Starbound, which I'm going to wait until I can do a Let's Play of that, so I won't play it until then. So I also picked up State of Decay. Now, State of Decay, I don't even know if it has reviews, because I try to use reviews as a gauge as whether or not I'm going to enjoy the game. I don't remember it having any, but for $10 I looked at the premise and I thought, it could be good. It looks like a better version of Dead Island, and when I say better, people probably argue with me about this. I mean better as in I think I would enjoy it more. I would have more fun with it. The problem I had with Dead Island is it was too difficult, in a sense that the zombies constantly got harder, no matter where you were. If you went back to the start area, they were harder because you leveled up. And so if you didn't do things perfectly, oh my god, one of the things that really pissed me off about Dead Island was you could lose your epic weapons and they'd be gone. Like, you could get killed having thrown them or something, and they disappear, and forget it, your epic weapons are now gone. You now have no hope of winning against the zombies, finishing a mission. It made me very angry, and so I said, screw this game, and I never finished it. But this game, I don't know, it's got some strange mechanics that I'm not sure if I'm going to like or hate. And one of the ones that I'm pretty certain is going to go on my hate list is the fact that every real-world day, regardless of if you're playing the game or not, your camp uses up... Man, that was a terrible camp. Your camp uses up resources. And I don't get the time to just log in and play every single game that I own for an hour or two every day. So it will be days before I feel like playing State of Decay again. I'll play something else like Minecraft or Civ 5 or whatever. And I'll come back to it and all my resources will be used up. And all of a sudden there's this sense of urgency that I gotta go out and get food and medicine and bullets. And it even sounds like if I don't tend to their needs, people are going to just die. That's not great for someone who plays casually like I do, you know? If you're a hardcore gamer, it might never even make a difference. Like, the amount of resources that get used up isn't going to be good enough or high enough to warrant you worrying about it. You play the game for 2 or 3 hours a day, you'll never have a problem if you play every day. But I think I'm going to log in one day, notice that all of the shit that I worked on is destroyed, and I'm just going to be like, welp, fuck this, and go and do something else. But, I don't know. At the same time, it makes scavenging for food and bullets and all those other things that you're not even going to use important. So it gives you a sense of accomplishment for doing it. So, speaking of ruins, here we go. Oh, there's actually some stuff left. All of it pretty much worthless. Clay, wooden door. Hey, please don't be alarmed. Someone was here, but means no harm. Thanks for Coca, sincerely Delta Squad. Yeah, somebody else came by too and did mean harm. So, I don't want to remove signs that exist in the world, but I'd like to leave my calling card wherever I go. I think that's kind of fun. So I'm going to craft a couple signs and take those with me. Of course, this violates my leaving a inventory space open rule, but I'll leave a little marker. Ah! Okay. Alright, well, that's probably going to be it for this episode. I talked a little bit about being a squatter and how to set up a quick squatting base, and I've made a start out in the new wilderness, moving in ++. And I'm glad you guys are watching. I've got a lot of positive feedback, and I'm happy to continue doing the series. I think I've mentioned that pretty much every time I log in. But, you know, I'm very excited about it. Basically, all of my traffic right now is from 2B2T players who log in to see if I come across their stuff or if their name shows up in chat. So I'll be happy to show off whoever's playing whatever I do log in and record. And unfortunately, it's less than I'd like it to be. But hopefully you guys continue to watch the series, and hopefully I continue to play in a way that makes you guys want to watch. So anyway, I'm going to keep walking in ++. I'm going to record most of it because I think you guys really would like to see the exploration part. If I'm wrong, leave me messages saying I don't want to see you walking, I want to see you surviving, I want to see you building. But I think the general consensus is that people want to see what 2B2T looks like as a world after, you know, having run solidly for 2 years on the same world and every ruined structure, and that's what we're going to do. So, once again, this is Doctrzombie with Advanced Minecraft 2B2T, and I'll see you guys next time.